Greetings, everyone. It's your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. How's it going, y'all? Thank you for joining. I'm glad you came because I'm gonna be unboxing a wig that I purchased on eBay today. It's an open box. That's what it said in the description. Unused but open box. That's what the description says. It's my favorite wig. It's the Zara wig by John Renault. I know I said I was gonna stop buying that wig, but I haven't been fortunate enough to find a good replacement. So I'm gonna continue to buy that wig until I can make it to another store where I can sit down and try on a bunch of wigs. That's really, really what I want to do. Honestly, the landscape of America has changed, y'all. There are no stores left that sell high quality wigs. I mean, there's like one or two here and there, but you have to drive a good distance. It's a big deal. And oftentimes, you know what? This is the thing that bothers me the most is they overcharge at these wig salons. That's been my experience. I really, really love high-end synthetic wigs by like John Renault. That's my favorite brand. I guess my second favorite brand after that would probably be Raquel Welch. And then from there, you know, the other brands, I'll play around with them. But I really do like the quality of their wigs because they do a really good monofilament with the lace and all that other stuff. So I love to buy from them. They also have a good array of colors, which is really important to me now that I'm older because I can't really pull off the dark hair that I used to wear when I was in my, well, just about my whole life. I stopped wearing dark hair when I was like probably 45 years old because it just wasn't flattering me anymore. So I started playing with color and I found that blonde looks really good on me. So I've been hanging out there in the blonde family, but the wigging is different when you start wearing wigs. I talk about that all the time. You guys are probably tired of hearing me say that. But nonetheless, yeah, I need to make it to a store. The store that's nearby me, the one that's closest to me is probably only about 30 minutes away. But I honestly don't like the owner very much. She's not very welcoming at all. She never recognizes me when I go in. And when I tell you, I had been going to this store for years because it's really the only place you can get high-end wigs in my area. And it's like I would go in maybe once a year, maybe once or twice a year. And I would see the same lady. She must be the owner. And somehow she would never recognize me. She would always treat me like I was brand new. She never warmed to me. She just wasn't pleasant. And then she overpriced charges for her wigs. So my favorite wig is the Zara wig, right? And I typically buy, typically spend about $230 a month on a Zara wig. My Zara wig, the high-end wigs for me, they last about one full month, 30 days of daily wear before I have to replace them. So, it cost me about $230, and that's a really, really good price. You can't get that price everywhere, of course, because like the place where I get it online, what's it called again? Wig Outlet, Best Wig Outlet. It's called Best Wig Outlet. And that's where I'm able to find this wig, the Zara wig by John Renault, for that price, which is like something between $200 and $230. Well, I would say $220 and $240, right? But if you go anywhere else, it's going to cost you like $350. Honestly, it's crazy. So usually online, it's about $300, $290, something like that. I've seen it sold for up to $500. It's crazy, the markups. It's crazy. So you really have to do your diligence and, look around for prices because they vary so greatly. I cannot believe that I'm able to get that Zara wig for $220, and then I see it all the time advertised for like $500. The other good thing is that they often do like this 30% off sale. It seems like all the brands do a 30% off sale. I don't know if they just get like this red light from, I don't know, and everybody just does it at the same time, and they do it every month. So you can get a good price. You just have to be mindful that you're, looking around and things like that. But when you go to the store, if I go to this store, that same Zara wig, they charge like $330, $360 for it. And I'm just like, this, first of all, it's the oldest wig in the book. The Zara wig has been around for, I don't know, since I was a child. As long as I've been wearing wigs, the Zara wig has existed, which is why I'm kind of tired of buying it. But I just can't believe that she still sells this wig for that enormous price. Most things, as they get older, they get cheaper. Not this one. She just keeps selling it. And when I go to her store, like I said, she's not very friendly. They don't usually have a large selection of styles that I love. You know what I mean? So somehow the Zara wig just keeps being the one that I keep going to. So I might have to go bite the bullet and go to her, because she's honestly the only place where I know I can get the wig or get, a nice wig. So I guess I'll have to go back to her and just like swallow my pride or whatever. But I wasn't looking forward to it. But I definitely want to change my hairstyle. Anyhow, I bought one on eBay. I saw one on eBay. It was, like I said, it was described as open box, but not used. Not that I care. Like, I don't mind buying a used wig, because honestly, like, when we buy human hair, it was somebody else's hair in the first place, right? So, I mean, if you're worried about it, just wash it. So yeah, I wanted to talk to you guys about, just remind you that you can get wigs for a lot less if you just take some time and look for them on the aftermarket. Poshmark, I bought wigs from Poshmark, and I bought wigs from eBay. I'm sure there's other places I can get them, but those are the two that I gravitate to, eBay and Poshmark. I always get good deals, and I've never actually purchased a wig that I was dissatisfied with from Poshmark or eBay. In fact, when I bought like Raquel Welch wigs from retail stores and have been very, very unsatisfied. So just think about that. And like I said, I'm often getting like used wigs. This one is not used, but it came in the mail today. And look how they packaged it. It was in an Amazon package. So I was like, well, where's my package? And I looked and I was like, oh shit, this is my wig. And yeah, y'all, I got it for just $100. So we're gonna open it together, and then we're gonna talk about Ivanka Trump's wig. Hang on, let me open this up. So it's been speculated that Ivanka's wearing a wig. I've seen these speculations happen for a good little while, because I like going through the Bald Girl news, and I've been ignoring this conversation just because, I mean, people are always being accused of wearing wigs, so I get bored. But I figured this would be a good time for us to try to figure out, if this were your wig, okay, not this one in particular, because this one looks pretty decent, although as a wig wearer, I can see that it's a wig. But this one here, let me see if I can put this one here. What would y'all do with that wig? If this was your wig, how would you deal with that? That's my question for today. You guys help me decide how you would deal with your wig if you put it on and look like that. And maybe you could help me identify what she's done wrong with this wig, what this wig needs based on your experience, because I have my own ideas of what that wig needs. I would love to hear what you guys think. Or would you even bother with it? I know a lot of people just wouldn't even wear a wig that looks like that. I don't know how this very, very wealthy woman ended up wearing such a bad wig. But I probably, if I speculated, I would gather that it's probably her favorite wig, and that's why she went for it. Like, it's been cut into a style that she really enjoys wearing. And it's hard to emulate from wig to wig, the same exact cut, unless you're buying a wig that has been manufactured and processed over and over again, and you don't have to customize it at all. I'm guessing this is a wig that she had customized. She likes the way it's cut, and she put it on and wore it because it was probably better than the other wigs that she had. But I'm sure when she looked at the picture, she was just like, damn, that wig looks limp and oily. It looks everything like everything is wrong with it. And if you ask me, I don't even think it's a question as to whether or not she's wearing a wig. I feel like I know she's wearing a wig. I need to get some makeup on my face before somebody comes over here and starts telling me I look like an alien, which I seem to get more often than not, y'all. So I'm like an alien because that's what everyone tells me when I'm here on the internet. By the way, I'm your big bald-headed sister, Action Jacqueline. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me put some lipstick on. Sorry. Actually, let me go into the main page. And guys, if you're here, I would love to hear from you in the chats. Please join the chats because it's always more fun when you guys are chatting with me. Nobody really wants to be sitting around talking to themselves, so it would help me out a lot if you would just join me. All right. Is that better? Do I look less alien-like with a little color on my cheeks? All right. Let's open up this wig and see how it came out. Okay, came in its original packaging. That's good. Bubble wrapped it all nice. And that's it. So it says $250, Chelsea approved. I guess Chelsea is the person who approved the sale of this wig. I don't know. But she wanted to sell it for $250. Nonetheless, it was being offered for $100. Whenever I go on eBay and I see anything that I like, I'm going to tell you guys how I eBay so that you could, benefit from maybe some of these tricks in case you don't already know it. I do know that wigs get very expensive, especially because you have to replace them often. All right, this is it. This wig is brand new. When you get a brand new synthetic wig, it just feels so light, so lightweight. You know what I think this was? I think this might have been. I could smell the essence of somebody on this wig. I can smell the essence. Doesn't smell bad. I can tell that. All right, look. Yeah, it's pretty good. This is good. Like I said, it's not my favorite wig anymore. It might be your favorite wig because you may not have ever seen the wig and you might be like, oh my God, that's a gorgeous wig. Because honestly, it is a fantastic wig. Hang on, let me just put a brush through it real quick. I'm trying to think of what it smells like. It doesn't smell like it's been worn, but it smells like it's been sitting in a shop. If that makes any sense. And the curls have gone. So I'm guessing it was like the floor model at the store. That's what I think it was. Especially because I don't see any wrinkled ends or split ends. It looks really good. Let me just put it on real quick. I'm gonna make sure there's nothing in it before I put it on. Okay, I smell a hint. That's what I smell. I smell a hint of, is it cigarette? But it's like so faint. It's so faint. I don't know. Anyway, I'm putting it on. Don't judge me. All right, here we go. And the color, if you guys are Yeah, it looks really, really good. I actually haven't had a brand new Zara wig in such a long time that I'm this. It's okay. Look at her. Aw. I'm actually really happy that I found this wig. Wow, what y'all think? Is it good? This is what I mean when I say they have great monofilament tops, okay? Look at that hairline. Fantastic. And let me tell you, this camera, it kind of, it doesn't lie. Put it like that. It doesn't lie. If there's something to be seen, you're gonna see it. So you can see, actually, you know what's funny? You can see the knots more clearly in the camera than you can see in a mirror. That's interesting. Look, I should glue it down so that I can really start messing with it. Let me just put some gel on it to hold it down. Y'all, I love the color. This is a color I've actually never gotten before. It's very similar to the color I typically get, but wait, where's the box? You know what? I'll just read you guys the description on eBay. You are beautiful, Black Britney Spears. Oh, thank you. I love Britney Spears. I hate to see what's going on with Britney right now. I blame Hollywood. I blame Hollywood for everything. Hollywood is such a weird place. God, but then everybody wants to go there, right? Everybody wants to go to Hollywood and turn into Britney Spears. Poor Britney. So when I think of Britney, I think of Britney Spears. I also think about Justin Bieber. Those two, I just feel like they really, because they were so young when they came into the industry, and I don't know, the industry just dragged them. I feel bad for those two. Love them. But thank you so much. Blair is on channel 482. Blair's son. DJ Blair. Oh, you're a DJ. Ooh, can you play some music for us? Appreciate it. Yeah, I really like the wig, y'all. And I actually like the fact that it's been broken in. Like I can tell it's been sitting on a mannequin for some time. It probably was sitting on the mannequin for a good little while, and that's why they wanted to let it go for $100. But you know when you get a fresh new wig and it's extra like voluminous when you get it. You know what I'm saying? Typically when I buy this wig, it sits really high up and I have to kind of blow dry it to get it to relax because the fibers sit so high up off of my head, you know what I mean? But yeah, this is really good. There we go. Oh my god, I just lost my earring. Okay, so I'm gonna show you the inside again one time. So you can see how good that is. This is called monofilament. And the better wigs have the monofilament top. It's not the same as lace, y'all. I can't explain the difference. All right, so here, right? This is lace in the front. And then right where you see that demarcation line, this is where the monofilament top goes in. And it just really looks natural all the way through. You see how far back it goes? This is a great wig. I'm glad I bought it. I know I said I'm sick and tired of it, but the great thing about the Zara wig, let me tell y'all what I've been doing with it, right? Like I said, I would buy a new one every month. I wear them for 30 days straight. After about day 28, 25, something like that, I know it's time to replace it. And I break out a new one because I hate a limp wig. And that's what I think, what's her name? That's what I think Ivanka Trump was dealing with here when she was having her bad wig day. And look at that. Interesting, y'all. Just to prove a point here, I don't think you can buy your way out of a bad wig day, to be honest. As long as you wear wigs all the time, you're gonna have a bad wig day, no matter how much you spend on wigs. And that's why I think it's so important to be able to be flexible about how you purchase wigs. Don't be afraid to get a used wig as long as you read those descriptions really, really well. I did tell you I was gonna read the description of this wig. I read the description. I typically ask for extra photos, but this one, she just had a lot of photos anyway, so I didn't have to ask for extra photos for that one. But let me find it. Why can't I open it? Okay, so this is, can y'all see? Or should I open it on my screen? I should probably open it here. Then I have to log in and all that stuff. But okay, I'll just read you what she wrote. Let me move this out the way. You see it? Yeah, she just asked for $100. Typically, I would try to talk them down. I always do that. Blair says, is wigs your thing? What's going on here? I'm all new to this. Yes, this is the Ball Girls gossip room. You landed on the Ball Girls gossip room. So us Ball Girls, right? We don't have a lot of comrades. Like it's not easy to go outside and find a bald sister because usually they're under a wig and they're not going to speak to you about it. And the girls who don't wear wigs, they got their own situation that they'd like to deal with. Girls who don't wear wigs typically don't want to discuss wigs at all because why are they bothering to talk about wigs? And they don't want to wear wigs. I don't know. I could be wrong about that, but I do notice that when I come across women who are bald and out and about, they don't typically want to engage with me because I wear a wig. They're always like, "Oh, girl, take that wig off." White wig. I don't know. There's bias everywhere. You can't leave the bias. The bias does not leave. It's everywhere you turn. But whatever. Anyhow, yeah, that's why I started this Ball Girl gossip room, Ball Girl news. We sit around and talk about Ball Girl news. In a minute, we're going to discuss Ivanka Trump and why her wig looks so damn bad. So this is the kind of stuff we talk about. And also, boys are definitely allowed. Men are definitely allowed. Men actually lose hair more often than women. And I'm learning now that men have a desire to wear wigs as well. And nowadays they are. So I think I'm going to expand this channel to include men as well, just because why not? We go through a lot of the same thing, men and women. I don't see any reason why it should just be an exclusively female channel because men deal with hair loss just as well. But I have alopecia universalis, in case you were wondering. I have no hair on my body whatsoever. I lost my hair when I was a little girl. I was probably like 11 or 12 years old when my hair started to fall out. But yeah, okay, so let's read the description. This is the John Renault Zara Smart Lace Synthetic Wig, and I have her in color 1426 S10, which is shaded praline and cream. So I typically do buy the shaded praline color, but I never got the shaded praline and cream. And I don't really know from this photo, I mean, from looking at this, I can see that there is like a creamier, brighter color that pops out in certain areas. If you can see, like this color is very dimensional too. And I love the fact that it has rooting and the roots are not too long. I hate that. The inexpensive wigs, they typically have roots that are too long. Like I'm gonna show you a budget friendly wig that I have been wearing. I don't love the wig, but you know, I bought it, so I'm gonna wear it. Hang on. But yeah, this is an example of the way the budget brands go about rooting their wig. The roots are always so long and so dark. Like I don't think people would typically grow their roots out this much. This might be ombre, in fact, but I think it was described as rooted. So I'll show you what that looks like. This wig was, I think, about $50. And unfortunately, you can't really just go to the store and buy this wig. Ugh. The beauty supply stores are getting really good. They have figured out how to white label their wigs so that you have to go back to them if you want to purchase a wig. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, this is what they do. And I mean, I don't hate it, but I just don't like my roots to be that long. I definitely prefer my roots to look like the Zara wig. But yeah, this is not terrible. And I think I wore this wig, like when it comes to the budget friendly wigs, y'all, I don't usually get more than 7 to 10 wears out of it. Is this balding? It probably is, right? Yeah, that's how you know. I don't know. Would you guys wear this? DJ Blair says, I've been growing my hair out for 2 years now and just got a buzz cut last Friday. Oh, everyone's upset I cut my hair. I would be upset at you too. Does it look nice though? You know what? The great thing about hair, for most people anyway, is it grows back. So like it's not the end of the world, right? Is it dark in this room? It feels really dark. If I turn on the light, then I'll be all yellow. My eyes are tearing and my nose is running now because it is that time of year. How's this? Is that better? Okay. A little bit more light. That's better. Would you guys wear this wig? Or is it balding too much? I don't know. I wore this wig probably a total of 6 times. So the next time I wear it will be probably the last day. But sometimes I have a hard time, since I've been wearing wigs for so long, I have a hard time discerning whether a wig looks natural or not. Like I cannot tell. My eyes cannot tell if this wig has thinned too much and needs to be thrown away right now. I honestly can't tell. Somebody else has to tell me. And the hard thing is that people be lying. I ask my family, I'm like, how's my hair looking? Oh, it looks fine. And then we go out and I'm just like, what the hell? It looks like a hot ass mess. Why would you tell me that? They don't ever like look at it the way I need them to look at it. But you guys are my sisters and brothers in baldness. So please let me know if that wig needs to be thrown away. I think it does actually. The fact that I'm questioning it is enough, to be honest. But who wants to spend money? Who wants to? I'm just really glad that I was able to find this wig. Okay, so this, and again, this is not the first time I bought wigs from eBay. What I typically do is I run a filter. I'll look up Zara by John Renault, and I'll run a filter. Like I don't want to spend more than, if I'm going to buy it on eBay, I don't want to spend more than, honestly, $175. And I need to be able to see several pictures that evidence that the wig has not been used too much. DJ Blair says, you remind me of like a newscaster. Have you been on TV before? You just seem oddly familiar. Honored. Like thank you. You know what it is? I learned this actually recently as I was doing my style profile, because I've really been trying to get into like the glow up, right? So I did a style profile and I found out that I have a girl next door essence, which is called like a soft natural. And I think that's what you're seeing, is that I look very much like a girl next door. You probably feel like you've seen me before because you probably see people who look like me. I have a quite common look about myself, put it like that. That's probably what you see. But no, I've never been on TV. Okay. So what was I saying? Yeah, so I would typically run a filter. I would, if it's this wig, because I know how much this wig costs when it's brand new. I don't want to spend more than $175. So I would put in my filter $175 is maximum, and I would choose gently used or open box. I think that's how they have it on eBay. They give you the option to choose open box or new without tags. That's how they should do it. New without tags. That's their way of saying open box. So you'll go into the filter. Maybe I do need to open this up for you. Let me show you how to order this. And another thing that I have sitting in my alerts on this is human hair wefts, because I like to clip in wefts of hair into my wigs when they start getting a little thin, like how this one is getting thin. I don't know how to fix this issue here, but if the thinness was happening back here and I really like the wig, I would just clip in some human hair extensions. It also helps the wig to lay flat and not, behave a little bit better, just having that really good high quality hair. So I have that in my alerts, and a good alert just came up. Some Bellamy hair. I don't know if you've ever heard of Bellamy, but they make really good clip-in hair extensions. And blonde. And blonde is usually more expensive because when you buy blonde human hair, it's typically just black hair that has been bleached. And it's very difficult to get dark hair, like natural black Asian hair. Like think of what kind of hair Asian women have. That's where most of the hair comes from, y'all. So 90% of the human hair we buy in this in this economy period comes from Asian. It comes from Asia, either India or China, anywhere in Asia. So it's always going to be dark hair, right? Very, very frequently will you be able to find a wig that is naturally light, because that's just not a thing that's sold. It's just, people are just not selling blonde hair like that. There's blondes, first of all, there's not many blondes in the world anyway. So when people start saying, oh, why are you wearing blonde hair? You're a black woman, why are you wearing blonde hair? Most white women don't have blonde hair, so stop asking questions. I just wear whatever I think looks nice on me. Right? That's basically it. But yeah, so they do it. Bellamy Hair does a really good job at bleaching the wigs or bleaching their hair, so it's not damaged and it's not going to misbehave. DJ Blair says, you have a wonderful rest of your day. You're a beautiful bald queen. If you have a daughter, please send her my way. I need her to grow up and look like you. I do have a daughter. Thank you so much. Thank you. My daughter's lucky enough to have a full head of hair, so she doesn't look like me because her hair is natural black and she's got kinky curly hair that's big. So she just went out. Anyhow, thank you so much for joining me, DJ. I'm getting a feeling by your name that you have a channel, and I would like to visit because I love music. So if you have a music, a channel where you spin your music, I would love to see that. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining me. It was fun. I appreciate you. Yeah, so this is how the wig looks. And let's talk real quick. I want to read this article about, what's her name again? Ivanka Trump and her wig. So the question they're wondering or speculating whether or not they think Ivanka's wearing a wig. Do you guys think she's wearing a wig? I 100% believe this is a wig. As a wig wearer, I pretty much can spot a wig, and that's what a wig looks like. If it's not a wig, it's a topper, but I think it's a whole wig. I think it's a full wig. What do you guys think? And then the other question is, if this was your wig, how would you address this issue? Because to me, it just looks limp and very wiggy in this moment. And I bet you it doesn't typically look like that. It probably needs to be washed because I see a lot of oil in there, and that's what's making it look limp. Or it might just need to be replaced. I think it's a synthetic wig. And sometimes when synthetic wigs go limp, you just can't get back the volume. That's lacking volume. Let me go ahead and read this article, though. Let's talk about Ivanka. One thing I will say about Ivanka is she really is a beautiful woman. Whatever you feel about politics, we're not even going to get into that. I'm sick and tired of politics. Nonetheless, she's a beautiful woman. I think you all will agree with me on that one. All right, let's read this article. Here we go. Ivanka Trump set wig rumors ablaze after this eyebrow-raising appearance. Good gosh. I hate the way they talk about wigs on the news, I tell you. She set wig rumors ablaze. Oh, man, you got to be so strategic about the way you wig, because otherwise they'll write stories like this. Because you know who's not setting wig rumors ablaze? Women who actually wear wigs all the time and you just know it, like Cardi B. Cardi B is known for wearing wigs. Nobody questions her hair. They're just like, that looks beautiful. You look great. But let somebody who's not public about their wig wearing put a wig on. Oh my God. The media will go into a frenzy. Let's read about this. Ivanka Trump has spent a long time in the limelight, meaning her looks have always been a topic of discussion. The eldest Trump daughter has had quite the facial transformation from her childhood to her father's time in the White House. In addition to seemingly upgrading her Mar-a-Lago face, Ivanka has also made substantial investments in other aspects of her appearance. In 2020, it was reported that Donald Trump's companies had spent $95,464 on styling Ivanka's hair, which was actually browner in her younger years. What? In 2020, it was reported that Donald Trump's companies had spent. Is that a year? Do they mean they spent that much in a year? $95,000? That's what they said in 2020. All right, despite all the money spent on her upkeep, Ivanka's looks still fall short from time to time. For instance, her hairstyle raised some eyebrows during a 2025 appearance on CNBC, and people started to wonder if she was wearing a wig. There's no question here this is a wig. Her hair at the time had an undefined middle part, and her bangs fell flatly around her forehead. Damn it, I know when she went back and saw those videos, she just was kicking herself. I've been there. I've seen many photos of myself where I'm like, damn it, that wig. People on social media certainly let their opinions about Ivanka's hair be known. One person asked on X, what is with this family and their hair? Another agreed, commenting, it almost doesn't look like her. Yeah, I will say Trump's wigs be looking crazy. If we're going to talk about her family and their hair. I actually heard that Trump wears like 2 wigs at a time. The only other people who I've heard who wear multiple wigs at a time are drag queens. That's it. Drag queens and President Donald Trump. Oh, DJ Blair says he gave me a sub. Thank you so very much. I appreciate everybody, but I love you. Okay, DJ? Thank you so much. And let me find your music. I want to hear some music. You know what? I've actually done parties here on my lives. I think I'll do that again. The only problem with the music is that it's copywritten and it means I can't make any money off the video. But guys, please make sure that you like the live and that you're following and that you share the live with somebody who you know needs to see it. Thank you so much. Make sure that you're also subscribed. Okay, so it almost doesn't look like her. That whole family is weird. Many people believe that she was wearing a wig with one person writing, this is, and some of the other tragic hair situations Ivanka endures are just really bad wigs. She could afford better, but apparently inherited her father's refusal to listen to anyone for input. Another person added, they've stolen so much money and that's the best hair she can afford. I didn't say it. The list said it, y'all. Changing the hair up is a family affair. Ivanka Trump never confirmed whether she wears a wig or not, but it's no secret that she likes to change up her hair by adding extensions and dyeing it. Ivanka wore hair extensions at the 2025 Super Bowl, which were exposed in Donald Trump's Instagram reel. And later that year, she accidentally revealed that she needed a root touch-up while living it up in London. She accidentally revealed that she needed a root touch-up? Why would that be an accident? It's weird. The eldest Trump daughter is hardly the only member of the family who doesn't wear their hair in its most natural state. Baby sister Tiffany Trump's hair has noticeably transformed over the years as well. She had very curly blonde hair as a little girl, but as she got older, she straightened her hair and styled it in loose curls. When she got engaged to businessman Michael Boulos in January 2021, did I say that right? Tiffany's hair looked blonder at 27 than it did in her teenage years. Like her older sister, Tiffany wore her hair extensions when she and Boulos got married in 2022. While it must be hard to deal with people criticizing their hair online, rumors about Ivanka wearing a wig might remind her and Tiffany to stay on top of styling and caring for their hair. Okay, that's the story, y'all. I think I honestly do know what's going on with Ivanka's hair, and it goes back, in my opinion, to the blonde wig situation. Wearing blonde hair is a such a new experience. I can't believe, like, been wearing wigs for well over 25, 30 years. And when I was wearing natural black wigs, wigging was so easy. Going blonde is such a challenge, especially if you want to have human hair. I would advise, in fact, after my experience, I would advise that if you wear wigs, um, one blonde human hair wig by a really good brand, and the only brand that I know that does a really, really good blonde wig all the time, very consistently, is John Renault. It, unfortunately, and I'm not paid by John Renault. I would love to be, by the way. So if John Renault's watching, please come in here and I'll do a sponsor, because you guys are my brand. But yeah, I've tried other brands and very inconsistent. Like, I might get a good piece this time, but the next one might be trash. And when a wig is trash, y'all, it looks like hell on your head. It really does. It looks really bad. You shouldn't be able to spend over $1,000 on hair and then it looks like this. It never should look like that. But this is the reality when you start dealing with human hair. It's so bad sometimes. But this wig, I actually think it might be synthetic. I don't know. I can't really tell. But I think it might be synthetic just by the way it's falling on her face. And I think it needs to be washed. Yep. That's what I think needs to be done with it. And they're calling this extensions, but I got a feeling this might be a wig as well. Either way, I think she's either wearing a wig or a topper here. They called it extensions, but I have a feeling it's a wig. And I have worn wigs that look like this. And honestly, if you don't wash a wig like all the time, it ends up looking flat and oily the way this is. Her hair actually looks to me very, very flat. It doesn't seems like it's supposed to be, it's moving the way it should. You see her sister's hair actually looks real to me. But then again, I can't see her hairline. Her sister hair is actually behaving the way it should, but Ivanka's hair doesn't look right there. Again, my hair often looks like that. That's just the reality of wig wearing, is sometimes your hair just looks bad. It is what it is. But if ideally, I think I would go back to natural black hair, but it just looks so bad on me. I wish I could go back. But the other brand that is not as expensive as John Renault, that does blonde hair, that's usually good. Not every time, because I have bought blonde wigs from them that fell short. But for the most part, when I buy wigs from Hair Vivi, if I get a blonde wig from them, it's usually good. I would say probably 4 out of 5 of the wigs are good. One of them is probably going to be a dud, which is no small. It's a problem. The fact that you could spend $600 on a wig, because that's what you typically will spend on a wig that looks similar to that from Hair Vivi, and it doesn't shine on you. Like, why are you spending $600 on something that doesn't shine on you? Honestly, you shouldn't spend $50 on something that doesn't shine on you. But we get what we get, and we don't get upset because beggars can't be choosers, right? But yeah, that's what I think. I think she needed to wash both of these wigs. I think they both needed to be washed. And if this one actually looks human, like I said, I would say this not only needs to be washed, but I think it also needs to be washed with a not neutralizing, but what's the word? I can't remember the word, but it actually gives it a deep cleaning, because when you're dealing with human hair, you often will put silicones in it, and it's really hard to wash out silicones. So shampooing it alone won't do it. You actually have to use like a neutralizing. That's not the word I want though. There's neutralizing shampoo, and then there's another word. I forget the other one. Somebody help me out. Let me know in the comments, please. Yeah, but that's basically it. And so, guys, that's it. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. And since I would hang out longer if somebody would speak up in the chat, but nobody wants to talk today. A lot of quiet little church mice in the comments or in the viewership, I should say. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I had a good time. I'm really happy with the wig that I got. I actually like the fact that it looks like it's been sitting on a mannequin for a little while because it actually fell a little nicer. Yeah, Ivanka needs that wig to be neutralized or shampooed very aggressively to get all that. I could tell. I could just look at it and see that she has a bunch of silicone in it. Anyway, guys, I love you very much. Thanks so much for joining me. And make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you tell your friends. And make sure that you turn on your bell so that you know when I go live again. Love you. Have a good night. Peace.